Welcome to Vikings football with head coach Bruce Barnum. Portland State getting ready to go back out on the road. Final road game of the season, and it's a big one. It's always a big one when you go to Montana. The Vikings taking on the 10th-ranked Grizzlies this Saturday at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, noon Pacific Time. You can see it on ESPN+. Coach, we'll talk about those Grizzlies. A lot of intrigue always when you play the Grizz, but let's review a little bit. This past Saturday against Idaho, team played very well once again. Really since about the beginning of October, you've played really competitive games. You've got a couple road victories. Came up just short against a really talented Idaho team. I know after the game we talked about what happened up front. Tell us a little bit about your perspective of that game.
Mike, we're getting better every week. I'm happy with that as a head coach. We talked about consistency. I mean, we did well a lot of times during that game, but it has to stay consistent for 60 minutes. Then a race of criticals. We had some critical mistakes in that game, or penalties, both, I guess, that cost us either points or yards, and we can't have that to win those games against that type of an opponent, that caliber of an opponent.
Idaho came in ranked 9th. Of course, they got the win, and they did a great job against your quarterback, who still had a pretty good game. He had over 200 yards of offense. He threw a couple touchdown passes. He actually threw the ball real well, very effectively, but they did a good job of stopping him in the run, and that's what Big Sky teams have struggled with this year.
It has. When he does cut loose, it's kind of an easy day on offense, but Idaho did a nice job. Nice job bottling him up. So we had to go other places, but just came up a little short.
And the Vikings, they get 3 second-half field goals from Matthias Uribe. But I remember a wise head coach told me once, you don't win very many Big Sky games kicking field goals. Couldn't quite finish some of those drives. Idaho doing a good job of stopping the Vikings when they got into their territory.
They did, and I did. I think about that when I sent out the field goal team, But to win the tight games against quality opponents, you have to score touchdowns, not kick field goals, in my opinion.
All right, the Vikings, again, playing Montana this Saturday. They are ranked 10th in the nation. This will be your 4th top 10 opponent. That strongest schedule in America bites you again this Saturday, but it's always exciting to go up there. They have a great fan base. They sell that place out. And I will point out, it's been a few years back, but you are the coach that went up there and got a Big Sky win. We played there 11 times, only got one. You got one up there. Talk a little bit about the Grizz this year. I know they're coming off kind of a stinging loss to UC Davis last Saturday, but what do you see from the Grizz? Is it business as usual for them, or do they have a little different look this year?
Same look, fun venue, playing in Washington Grizz. We build it up with our football team. I tried to get they're out of town a couple of years ago. I tried to get one of our home games there, but they play hard. At home, they're tough. It is hard to win there. They do have a 12th man with the crowd. It is tight. It's loud in there, especially when you get down in the red zones. Hopefully defer because at the beginning of that third quarter, they're still out drinking, and it's quiet in that
You want to
stadium.
have the football. You've told me this before. You want to have the football at the start of the third quarter when the fans haven't come back in yet.
Got to beat the team and the stadium there. So and it helps having the Hauk guy with us. Little tips from him, but we'll go up there and see what we can do. I'm sure they're not too worried about the Vikes with only 2 wins, but we'll get after their ass.
All right, you reference this. I was going to bring this up later, but might as well talk about it now. Robbie Hauk, son of Bobby Hauk. Robbie is your special teams coordinator, tight ends coach. Of course, Bobby's the head coach at Montana. You guys are friends. And there's a guy on that Montana Grizzlies team you know pretty well. His name is Cooper, I believe. Your son, Cooper, playing linebacker. So each father's got a son on the other side. How strange is that? I mean, you played last year, but how weird is that feeling when you line up against them?
No, it's unique. Robbie's doing a hell of a job with our special teams. And I'm, proud of Cooper playing over there. He's played 2 college sports. It's hard to play any college sport. He's played 2, so he's enjoying it there. So good for him. But we're going to get after his ass this week.
You got anybody out there say go look for what number is he? 48?
4-0,
40.
40.
Okay, 40. We'll keep an eye on him.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, all right. Montana, interesting thing about them, as you look at what they bring to the table, they have played two quarterbacks a lot. That's a little different. Fife and Ayat, two quarterbacks who've seen a lot of action. They got a couple running backs, Gilman, Osmo, very similar numbers, and they have three wide receivers, very similar numbers. So they really spread it around a lot. Is that harder to prepare for? I mean, when folks play the Vikings, they know Dante's the guy they got to focus on. A little harder to focus with that many different weapons.
It is. They do have a lot of weapons. That's the word I was going to use, Mike. They got two running backs who probably the two best in the conference, I would guess. I don't know what the numbers say, but they do throw two quarterbacks at you. And they're both a little different. Not really. I mean, their offense doesn't wholesale change when they switch them out, but I think they're getting the yacht kid ready for once the fiefdom ends. I think he's going to take it over, so they're doing a nice job with that. But and they got receivers that are fun to watch. So between that and you flip over the defense, I mean, they play hard. They get after it and they take advantage of the crowd. And again, it's a quality opponent all around.
I'm going to give you credit there. Good play on words with the use of fiefdom. I like that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well done.
That's his name, right?
I know. Yeah.
I usually a numbers guy, but he comes out and it's a different name. So.
All right. Seventh road game of the season, Coach. Final road game of the season. That make you a little emotional? I know you love getting out on the road, riding the bus. This week you're not riding the bus.
Emotional? No. I'm staunch. No emotions.
No emotions, none whatsoever. We're going to get on an airplane. You get that big comfy.
That'll be quick. It'll be quicker.
First class seat. It'll be a little nicer than the bus.
We'll be quicker. And Phil came through. We got some gloves in case it gets cold over there.
I need some of those.
I don't
Can
think
we
I'm
put
gonna
those
wear
on
them.
the camera? Look at those.
You can have these. I can't stand the sun bitches.
Look at that right there. New gloves from Nike. Nice going. I got to get a pair. Hey, the Vikings are playing the Grizzlies this week in Missoula. The game starts at noon Pacific time on Saturday, 1 p.m. Mountain. You can watch it on ESPN Plus. For all your information on Vikings football, go to GoVikes.com.